Okay, so we have literally just decided this, and I'm very excited about it. We've decided to go into Jerry Springer / Oprah mode.
Apparently, I got Jerry Springer.
Well, whoa! I could be Jerry Springer.
Okay,
let's not, let's not define by outer experience. You are Oprah, clearly.
I'm feeling my inner Oprah, baby.
Yeah,
I'm feeling it.
Yeah, you are the Oprah. I'm Jerry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
hello, Jerry.
Yes, Jerry. Okay, I got a bit there. Anyway, let's
For a change.
Yes, for a change. So, so this next bit is we have 3 questions, which are: what healings have definitely worked for you that you are willing to share with people? What healings have definitely not worked for you that you're willing to share with people? And what healings are you just not sure about, like the yoni massage in Thailand? Was that a healing, or did I just pay for sex? So we just don't know. I do still question that one. It is obviously I haven't healed from it. So what we're gonna do is, like Jerry style, there's gonna be a microphone. Who's the mic holder?
Yeah.
And we want.
Can I just say one thing quickly?
Yes.
Because we're trying to make it light-hearted, obviously, but there's also a lot of heaviness in suffering. And I just wanted to. Sorry, Sam.
Why did you
but
I
wanted to also make sure that anyone who felt that they wanted to share didn't feel like it just had to be a fun story.
That is true.
Right?
I can lower the
what
tone.
we want to do is to create a space where we share our stories and we can all just feel like we're in it together. Okay? Just wanted to say that one.
And I sincerely care, and my smile is not existential kink. You've all heard of existential kink. Have you? Who's heard of it? There we go, one person. It's basically when you get off on bad things,
Suffering.
Basically. When you yeah, anyway, let's not go into that. Yeah. Let's what he said. So
Thanks,
anyway,
Jerry.
yes. Who would like to be the first person to come up and share a healing story that definitely hasn't worked within a minute and a half? And after, we're going to do that thing. We are going to listen with our hearts. And after, depending on how it feels, we may clap just to say well done for sharing to the person. Okay.
Come up.
Right.
Come up here, please.
If
you feel open to coming up here, we'd love that.
Hi.
So I know you asked a very specific question, but is it okay if I can just flow with what I'm feeling to say in my mind?
Yes, please.
Your intuition, rules.
So I have what the medical system would class as like a chronic disease, and it's been a struggle my whole life. And I've tried many different healing tactics, but one thing that I've learned that I always come back to, because you can't eliminate suffering, you can't eliminate pain, it's part of the human experience, but what you can change is your perspective and the way that you view these things. And if you ask for strength, you must be given times where you feel weak. If you ask for courage, you must be given times where you feel scared. And if you want to find the light, you literally have to go through the darkness. There's simply no alternative. You can't achieve one thing without experiencing the binary opposite, and this is what this life is. There's polarity, and it's intrinsic, it's unavoidable, and it's natural. And so although things do get difficult, it's okay. It's okay to hurt. It's okay to be in pain. And that's pretty much what I wanted to share.
Yes!
Thank you.
And whatever your chronic illness is, we are sending you so many blessings, and
Thank
well
you.
done for having a different perspective on it.
And thank you so much, because today I was crying and I was walking around and I just was really struggling to think about the future, and he saw me and he came up to me and he just made me feel a lot better, and it's nice to know that we're not alone. We're all in this together.
Yay, thank you so much. Beautiful. Thank you.
So, I want to share my thoughts on the healing. I personally I think words are spells. When you either spell words or you spell magic, like abracadabra. So I choose not to use word healing because, in my opinion, when you use the word healing, like you also tell your subconscious mind that you're wounded, and it's a little bit like victim mindset, And whether I use the word evolution. So I accept myself in every single step in my evolution. So the mistakes that I always look at myself, what I was doing a year ago, And I don't call it, and that was equally better and as equal as I am right now. So, life is an ongoing journey. In a year time, I'm going to look at myself and I'm going to see how much I've evolved, And it's like, you're never perfect and you don't need to be perfect. It's not about destination, Just accept yourself fully and, like I said, just fucking keep rock and rolling.
Yeah. So good. Rock and roll. Come. This is so fun. Who knew we were starting a talk show at Medicine?
Also, don't feel that you have to come up here and have something wise to say. If you actually have something that you're not sure about, you've got a question, you've got confusion, please also, this is all welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, great outfit.
Thank you. Whew. I actually don't know where to begin, so this is going to be all intuitive and heartfelt. My name's Liam. Hello. I have a company called Brighter Pathways. I'm a therapeutic psychedelic guide, training in IFS, which some people call evidence-based shamanism, somatic experiencing. I've gone from landing, right? 80% landed from a huge spiritual emergency, which some people call, or the West would call, psychosis. But I'm a student of Groff and Jung and others, and I could ride the wave and surround myself with people who understood this, and I could get through it. What you said then was very interesting for me, that you're at work and isn't work party. So I just want to name a shadow spot of Medicine Festival, which I am loving, by the way, but it doesn't allow drugs or alcohol, and it favors, and I think this is New Age spirituality generally, in my opinion, so take it or leave it, but it favors some molecules over others. So alcohol, so I lived in Japan for a year, deeply spiritual cultures like Mexico, Japan, Jamaica, deeply spiritual, animistic, connected to God, jobless, whatever it is, they embrace alcohol. So why? So there's certain supplements like NAC, because alcohol is a poison, we know that, but taking the right supplements like NAC can offset that. And we forget Dionysus. Shout out Dionysus. Who? God of what? Yeah, Jesus turned water into what? Monks have been brewing what for time? Beer, tonic wines, yeah? So alcohol is spiritual. Drugs are spiritual. Mushroom spiritual. Ketamine spiritual. Raving spiritual. Bass is spiritual. I'm wearing this thing that vibrates, and it allows me to feel the bass that I hear. So I wrote an essay, Trauma Needs a Rebrand, again, and it's all about how energy is stuck. Trauma is actually, it's not the DSM, don't get me started on the DSM. It's energy is stuck, trauma is stuck energy in the body, and it needs to be released, and bass helps to release that. So this is what I've developed in the protocol that I'm doing now. Bass, the power
A's to the
of
bass.
Yeah. So a lot of medicine music, which again I like sometimes, but it's ha la 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 la. I want boom,
This is amazing.
Give me that bass.
Because this is the thing. We all, let's just clap for him. But we all, thank you so much. Because what you're highlighting is how different we all are and how each of us has our own medicine and our own healing and our own preferences.
Yes.
And I think what you've just highlighted as a shadow is more for us all to take on the responsibility of being a little bit more allowing of people to express how they want to express within all environments. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. And just as a caveat, I just don't think you want to see me at 4 in the morning.
I definitely do.
And the thing is, it's not that I'm not proud of my after hours fun. Oh, it so makes who I am. But I do like being a sober in front of people and being a bit more inspiring and appearing as an unapologetic woman and not being tied in ropes hanging from a ceiling.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah, that's, yes.
So,
Someone else wants to talk.
Yes.
But yes. Okay.
We need to make space for somebody else.
But are you complete? Do you feel loved? Accepted?
all I want to say is both and. We're so divided.
Yes.
Either or, bullshit. Both and. We're all right. And the way to get there is through dialogue, non-violent communication.
Yes.
And just like we all have blind spots. We need to talk constructively.
Beautiful.
Totally.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing that. And what you're bringing is brilliant. Non-binary thinking, non-binary living, loving you, and reminder of the power of bass. Hallelujah. 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 Right. How are we doing for time? And does anyone else have a burning burning share? Does anyone want to take to the chair?
Chris,
come
up.
Ladies, where are you?
We've got some, yeah.
You got one there. And also, if you wanted to share what didn't work or what you're not sure about, guys, that's also part of this.
That's what I really want to emphasize. You
moment.
don't have to come up. It's interesting that coming up here,
yes,
I feel like it might self-select for people who want to share wisdom more than confusion. That's my sense.
Interesting. Okay.
So that's... But just to note that, I think.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's not project onto the audience.
Let's put Chris to the test.
Right.
I don't really know where to start with this. I guess my journey of healing really started when I was just horrifically depressed. And ironically, I was working a really, really good job at the time. Solid 9 to 5. I was making lots and lots of money. And I was just really disconnected from kind of everything, myself, friends, family. And I developed a really negative relationship with like weed specifically. I'd come home and every single day I'd get home and I would just smoke myself into oblivion going, no, I need it. It makes me not think about the things that I don't want to think about. Yeah, it's a thing that I need. And people would say, oh, you have a problem. I'd be like, no, I don't. I can stop any time I want. And they were like, all right then, stop. I'm like, I don't want to. And
we've all been there.
Yeah, and I think the funny thing is that I answered my problem with drugs and disconnection with, ironically, more drugs. And it was kind of leading into this lovely soul's point, working with plant medicine, just kind of searching for a different experience because there was just so much about life that I just didn't get. And I would even go to therapy and my therapist would be relaying my thoughts back to me and saying like, oh, well, have you tried thinking about things like this? And it was almost like I was choosing my own sadness because my therapist would lay things out for me. And I would be like, but no, logically you're wrong because this is why I should be sad. And it was so weird that in my disconnect, it was like I loved being sad. And I can't really explain it. But working with plant medicine gave me like this completely different perspective of like connection with nature and friends. It was almost like being a child again and just kind of going, oh my God, everything is wonderful. And weirdly, I guess plant medicine just got me into gratitude and presence. And I don't get commission for saying mushrooms are great. But there's so many methodalities that are like reminders that take us back to like a time where everything is new and amazing. Like, hey, like we're made out of stardust. Like mathematically, it's so improbable that we should even exist. And like we're all here right now experiencing this universe together. And isn't that freaking amazing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
woo.
I guess whatever method it is, I guess just being present with being alive is just something that's really worked for me. And hopefully it can work for someone else.
Oh,
thank you.
oh my goodness.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing.
Oh, thanks, mate.
So I think we've got time for maybe 2 more.
Yeah.
There was this lady's hand I did notice first, and then did you pick anyone up? I noticed this lady
Yes,
first.
I noticed her as well. I did.
There's quite a few people who've got questions. Do we need to?
Yes. So
what do you
if we
think?
could have the lovely lady come up, and then we'll do questions, and then we'll do our shaking and howling, and then that's it. We're gonna shake and howl just because, not to heal. But yeah, we thought we should end that.
Just because why not?
Just because why not, basically.
Welcome, welcome.
I thought I'd actually answer your question.
Oh, yes.
Exactly. Finally, someone's answered my question. High five. Yay.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay, so really not like a super deep, I'm not going to go too deep with this. Basically like being here. And also kind of not admitting that I don't...
What's the question?
What hasn't worked.
Okay, great.
But I don't mean in like, I'm
not
expecting
great.
to fix myself in a weekend. I think that there is a big cynic alive within me.
We welcome and honour and love your cynic.
We love your cynic.
And I went to my first sweat lodge today. And I think I had all these expectations. I tried not to have expectations, but we always try not to have expectations. I was like, yeah, I can do this. It's going to, this is going to be amazing. And to be honest, the most impressive thing that I got out of it.
That is just so true.
The most impressive thing that I got out of it was like, wow, I managed to sit in that position for 2 hours.
So
my
profound,
hip mobility
babe.
is chef's kiss. And there are people around me, having these phenomenal experiences and wailing and crying, and I'm just there, like, this is all right. And I was like, judging myself, like, should I be like, I don't know, should I be visualizing something? Should something be stirring within me? And I was just like, this was fine, isn't it? So as we left, and there was just this like, I feel very good. I'm grateful that was a practice that was shared with me, and I was I was there with respect for the tradition. But I was like, I wouldn't do it again. And I think there is such pressure to be like, no, this is the one. Like I'm gonna feel it. I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna hear it. I'm gonna like buzz with it. And maybe it's okay that it just didn't.
I just love that.
So
I can
brilliant.
so relate
Come
to that. Yes! Thank you so much. That is just so much humanity.
So real, so real. I'm loving this. I'm really
Absolutely.
loving this. I mean, it feels like there should just be a tent just for these stories.
So we've got time for one more,
I think we've got time for. Okay, we've got one more, and then
Yes.
we do need to wrap up. Oh God! Now everyone wants to do.
Yes.
Okay,
well, we will be around afterwards, but what the encouragement is, keep sharing. Keep sharing these stories.
Keep telling
because
people.
for me, just hearing these stories is actually really healing in itself. Yeah. So let's just keep sharing these stories, and we don't have to pretend to be anything other than what we are.
And we don't have to pretend to be having experiences just because the collective is having the experience, which is what we've just learned from lovely lady over here. Right, hello, gorgeous.
That's what I guess it does.
Not
Hi.
objectifying you.
So, I think you had the question was, what was the core question?
There's a few questions. Even I don't know which question we're asking. There is one.
Has anything ever really definitely worked for you? Has anything definitely not worked? And is there anything that you're really not sure whether it's worked or not?
Okay, so maybe I am not answering these questions, but it's sort of I'm almost opening it up.
Super strong.
So I work with young people who have substance use issues, and it's a very interesting thing because obviously some of them also want to take psychedelics and these kind of things and managing all of this. But the core thing that I find for healing that I don't know how to help these young people is community, and how do you create a sense of community for people who feel so isolated, and keeping it light and making sure it's the right community. And I don't know, this is kind of where a lot of where I put my thinking, and because healing for me is not an individual thing, it has to be collective. So
yes, thank you so much for sharing that.
That's it basically.
Can I just add one thing to that from what I personally believe is that this culture of healing that we typically, I feel, are surrounded by, it's quite an individualistic, consumeristic culture of healing, that we feel we're individually broken and that we need to find an individual solution to our individual problems, when actually maybe the core wound that we all carry is actually loneliness. More than anything else, it's loneliness. So just actually having spaces like this where we can just get real and be human with each other, and we don't have to make loads of sexual noises or like be expletive or whatever it is. We can just be real and human, whatever it is. So thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, and just a bit of a tip on the young boys. I think what we're doing today, because we had this whole thing where we were going to share, and we're like, actually, why don't we hear everyone else's stories? And this is what's healing. So maybe with the boys, you want to get them to start sharing how they're feeling, what's going on for them.
It's interesting how they have very little emotional literacy in terms of understanding how they feel. And so I tried, there's so many exercises I try to do with them, but you know what tends to come up, particularly for young boys, is it's just anger. They just feel anger, and then suddenly Andrew Tate pops up, and you're like, whoa, this is a lot. This is a lot going on, and trying to navigate that is really difficult, because I'm working with people in a period where they're so malleable and so sensitive to the world around them, and you want to guide them in the right way, and it's a lot.
It is a lot, but I love that you brought up anger, because like I recently this last year have really connected with my anger, and I love it. I'm loving.
It can be amazing.
I'm loving being a resting bitch face. I'm loving it when I'm like, fuck off to someone, and I'm loving like when I arrived at medicine, I was like, I just don't want anyone around. But I felt really comfortable in it, and it didn't mean I'm a bad person just because I'm having that emotion as well. So I think that, thank you. So with these boys and anger, it's like anger is also part of our evolution, so there might be something about allowing the going through it in order to come out the other side.
And can I share one thing? So exciting. Don't underestimate, for me, the power of just small moments of human connection, because we can also, when we see so much suffering around us and inside us, we can feel this huge pressure to have to work so hard to try and fix it because it feels intolerable. But for me, sometimes just those small moments of human connection and warmth that I am sure you are giving to those boys, that over time, just those like drip feeds will accumulate into something. And healing is a journey that takes multiple lifetimes anyway, right? So we have to have ultimate patience.
I try to bring humor into it as well. I feel like
terrible idea.
Yes,
it's not spoken about enough. Like the healing potential of laughter. Like
absolutely,
it's all about laughter. Sacred. That's what we're all about here. Thank you so much,
Thank
gorgeous.
you.
Your glasses are beautiful as well. Oh, cool. Right, where are we with time? How are we doing? We've got 10 minutes.
So I think we need to start wrapping it up.
Yeah,
you
we need to
think?
start
Yeah?
wrapping it out. We
Yeah.
can probably do one more.
One more.
One
One
more,
more.
and then that's it. But because we do need to get shaking and howling,
Please come.
and prepare for the night.
Woo!
Oh, whoop whoop whoop! Thank you so much, by the way, everyone, for like being part
Yes,
of this
thank you.
conversation, being present, and cheering everyone on. Hello,
Is
hello.
it helping other people to hear these stories?
Yeah,
The intention
yeah.
of
Okay, good.
Hopefully
yeah.
feeling a bit like less alone with whatever you're
Yeah.
carrying.
Hello.
Welcome.
So, my name's Josh.
They might
Hi,
not be
Josh.
carrying anything. Might just be us, the wounded ones.
We are, well, you are.
I am, yes.
So, 3 years ago, I had a really bad bike accident. Lots of traumatic stress from that, anxiety. I'm cacking myself sat here right now, I will be honest. Which is why I was like, I'm just going to do it. So,
Bless you. Bless you for the courage. The courage.
thank you.
Yes.
But the main thing, more than anything, and I still think about this one woman, I was having a really bad day. Honestly, I was feeling quite suicidal. I didn't know where I was in the world. And I was walking down the road, didn't know where to go, didn't know what to do. And this woman just walks past me, gives me the brightest smile, and then just goes, "Is everything all right?" And I was like, "No." And I was sat on the side of this road with this complete stranger crying. But you know what? I still think about that woman. So my main thing, more than anything else, is just ask people how they are. And just take 2 minutes out of every day to go sit with a homeless person or someone who you think might be having a hard time, because you never know how much of a difference that might make for that person. Because ultimately, that lady, honestly, saved my life.
Oh.
Thank you.
So beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, really. To your courage, to your courage. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Keep sharing that story. It's really
Yes.
inspiring.
So we're now just going to wrap things up. I just wanted to guide you into a very, very brief meditation. So if you just want to close your eyes or lower your gaze, whatever you feel most comfortable with, and just notice what's present for you. Having heard all of these stories, just notice what's present for you in your body, what's present for you in your mind, in your soul. And just say hello to it all. Welcome all of it. And I just want you to see what it might feel like for you if you were to drop into yourself the idea that right now you were perfectly whole, perfectly healed, that you really didn't even need to ask the question what the bleep is healing anyway, because you were just okay, just in yourself. Just see if you can get a sense of just what it's like just to accept exactly who you are and how you are in this moment. And then when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. Looks like a few people wanted to stay in that place, but this is just the seed of an experience that I really want to encourage you to keep with you when you're surrounded by so many amazing, beautiful healers and healing modalities pulling your attention in different directions. Try stuff out, but also try out a feeling of just being okay. Like, what would it be like if you're just okay, just in this moment, that you're not fixed or broken? Okay?
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop,
Thank
whoop.
you so much, Louis. And now we're going to close with some body movement. So if everyone can just stand up, please. We're not doing it for any reason. Remember, we're doing this just because. So yeah, we're just going to start with some shaking. So shaking the hands, shaking the arms, shaking the top of the body, shaking the hips, kissing the sun with your hips, getting the legs, the right leg going, getting the left leg going, and just doing something really weird, and then going, ah! Amazing. And now I'm going to demonstrate something, a very special practice, something dear to my heart that you must take home with you and do every day if you want to evolve, lol. Anyway, so watch the movement and then mimic the movement together. So, the way this works is you go, ow! Notice the ass in the air, and then the dip in, woo, and up. So you're really going for this movement, yeah? And we're going to do it all together. So everyone on all fours. Everyone's in it. The skeptics are in it. The believers are. After you've done this, you'll be completely healed. All your problems will be solved. 100% guarantee. Okay, so set your intention for all your problems to be solved in this one sexy gestation. We're going to do it all together. So just get that. We're getting excitement with the bum. Excitement, shaking that tail. And in we go. So, ow! One more time. Ow! One more time. Well done, everyone. Please keep howling, having fun, shaking, not taking life too seriously, and sharing your stories. We absolutely adore you. I'm Samantha Moyo at mysticmoyo.com. Obviously, I'm a self-proclaimed guru. And this is my friend Louis, who will share a bit more about him as well.
I'm Louis Weinstock. I have a book here, How the World is Making Our Children Mad and What to Do About It. It's available in the bookshop down there. And just thank you so much for creating together this beautiful, joyful sharing space. So let's just keep sharing those honest stories. That's it.
Yes, and I want to see you all howling in random places. Ow!